you ready for story time with Auntie? I'm so excited. Okay, grab your blankets, grab your warm fuzzies, grab your PJs, grab anything that has to do with the Grinch, because we're going to read one of Auntie's favorite stories, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Are you ready? It's so fun. I love this story. It's one of my favorites. And you're one of my favorites too. So I can't wait to read to you. Okay, ready? Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch who lived just north of Whoville did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. He's not a very happy Grinch. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, Grinchy frown at the warm-lighted windows below in their town, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a snare. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then all the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. And then the Who's young and old would sip to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. And they'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it. Now I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.